Ninani wewe tu, ninawera double K, mwalimu panda kasi mwalimu kipindi cha.
Hello my darlings, welcome back to our third episode and our second week. Yeah, we've done it. We're done with the first week where we looked at inner audit, we looked at self-awareness, breaking limits, and we touched a bit about perspective. And now today we're going to look at the mindset shift, where we're going to be looking and seeing possibilities in every challenge. So in this Elevating Your Life series, and this is huge. This is now where we're going to break our limits that we uncovered through the first and second episodes. So darlings, I know we've all had like moments where we faced a problem or even a thought and we thought that it's the end of the road, only for us to look back and later realize that it was actually just a turning point, and it was not something that you should have wasted your energy on it. So today we're going to learn how to train our minds to spot possibilities in every challenge, in every pain, in every problem, in every setbacks. And without even wasting time, let us understand the power of a mindset. Because challenges, I know they are natural events. It is your perception, and remember we talked about perception, that gives them the meaning. So in cases where we have fixed mindset and growth mindset, where in fixed mindset, what am I saying? Oh, it's Monday. So we're fixed mindset. We're fixed mindset. Hello, you feel like this is the end, and growth, it comes with what can I learn to build from this. So I want to say that every challenge is a seed of equal or even greater opportunity. And I got that quote from Napoleon Hill. And let us expand more on understanding the power of mindset shift. First of all, to begin with, what is mindset shift? It's when you change the way you interpret what's happening around you, not necessarily the situation itself, but everything that's happening for you. And life may not change instantly, because sometimes we want results so badly, but how you see it determines how you respond. This is what I want us to understand today, that life is not going to change instantly, but it's about how you see the situation, how you think of it, the lessons that you learn from them, and how you apply them in your real life. So for instance, like I said even last episode, two people might experience the same setbacks, but their perception becomes so different. So one might see like, losing a job, it's a failure and depression, but the other one might see it as a freedom to start a new business, a freedom to start a new skill, to acquire a new skill, or even a breakthrough. So let's dive into fixed and growth mindset in challenges. So fixed mindset, it believes in problems, and it more like make you feel like this is a permanent roadblock. Often you keep on asking, why me? Why is this happening to me? And then you stay stuck in self-pity. You waste a lot of energy in self-pity. I'm not saying that you don't feel your emotions, you don't have the moment to sit with your feelings, but you cannot keep on, going back to it, back and forth, asking yourself, why did this happen to me? So it's more like, when it comes to fixed mindset, it more like tends to see failure as proof of inadequacy. And when it comes to growth mindset, it believes in challenges, which equals to stepping stones to learn or even to pivot. So most of the time, when you have a growth mindset, you will ask, what's the opportunity or even lesson that I need to get here? You see failure as a feedback, not a finality. And this is where sometimes people go wrong. They more like focus more into a fixed mindset. You kind of forget that every setbacks, in each and every setback that you're experiencing in your life, it's a learning experience, a learning opportunity. Maybe that's how it's supposed to go, so that you can be prepared for what's coming for you. And I will talk about the 3 shifts you need to see possibilities in challenges. And before I even maybe talk about that, let me say that challenges carry possibilities, and they stretch your creativity where you will see a problem and you turn it into an innovation. They build resilience where hardships strengthen your character, and also it redirect your path. So sometimes closed doors leads to better ones. Sometimes you're so into hanging onto a situation, but what probably God or even the universe want, it's just for us to release so that other doors can be open. But sometimes you're so into something where we don't want to move out of our comfort zone. But I understand there's fear, there is that fear of the unknown. But sometimes, most often, a challenge can become a redirection to your path. The other thing it does, it carries a possibility of revealing your hidden strength. So the skills you never knew you had, they get resharpened, and you get to know that, hey, I can do this, and I didn't even realize that this is a skill that I had within me. It just needed, to be something to happen, and then it can be revealed. So the practical tools to see possibilities in every challenge. You need to, a tool one, it's to reframe the question. So instead of asking why me, ask what's the lesson or even opportunity that is calling me here. So tool number 2, you need to zoom out. So view your challenge as a part of bigger journey. Ask yourself, will this matter in 1 year, in 5 years, in 10 years? And this is very crucial. You don't need to sit down and cry yourself and be depressed and stressed, and because of something that's not even going to matter in the next 3 months. So zooming out is a tool that you need to apply in all areas of your life. Always ask yourself, is this going to matter in the next 6 months to me? Is it going to matter in 1 year, in 5 years, in 10 years? So the other tool is challenge to opportunity mapping. So write your current challenge in a journal and kind of like list 3 probably possible opportunities that could come out of it. So just 3, you don't need to do a lot, just 3 of them. So tool number 4, look for role models. And there are people that have failed in life, even like, famous people that just look for role models, people that you might resonate with, people that turned their setbacks into breakthrough. And tool number 5 you need to do, it's affirmation. Affirm yourself. Repeat daily. Like every challenge I face carries the seed of growth and possibilities. Once you keep on reminding yourself that, you will see that whatever setback, whatever challenge is being thrown onto you, it's a seed that you're carrying. So affirming yourself is something that you need to always do that, so that whenever fear comes in, kicks in, it's going to be so easy for you to kind of like, let that pass and just know that it's a season, it's going to pass. But still, I need to learn something from that. I need also to be ready for whatever opportunity that's going to be presented. But also I'm going to carry those challenges and those setbacks with me, and whatever I've learned from them, and apply them into the next part of my life, into the next opportunity that's going to be coming. So let me talk about the 3 shifts you need to see possibilities in challenges. I was lost a little bit, but I'm having a monkey mind. I will talk about shift from control, which is going to birth to surrender. So accept that not everything is in your control, but your response always is. This is always difficult for us, but it's something we have to train our mind. We have to train ourselves and know that power comes from choosing your reaction. How you react towards something, that is power. That is something that you need to exercise every single day. The second shift, it's shift from scarcity, which is going to birth abundance. So instead of like focusing on what's lost, what didn't work, focus on what's left and what can be created out of this situation. So let's say, for instance, it's a business that you started, it failed. Okay, fine. So can you see it as a way of it's bringing you free time, probably connections for creating connections and networking, or even having to learn new skills that might kind of like spark a new venture. That's the way to shift from scarcity to abundance. Don't focus on what you've lost. I know losing is painful, but also just look at it as a way towards your growth, towards an opportunity. It's a way to learn that not everything that you might try that's going to work out for you. And that's okay, because probably there's a lesson that you need to learn. And that lesson you might take with you to pursue or venture into greater things. So it's very much needed to have that kind of a lesson with you. So the other shift is shift from fear, which going to give birth to curiosity. So fear is going to say, this is too big for me, I can't handle it, I can't do it, I don't have the skills, I don't know how to go about it. Curiosity will always ask, what might this experience be teaching me? So how can I grow through this? And I want us to think of like a diamond. So that's just a piece of coal. But until it's placed under pressure, so the challenge, which is the pressure here, doesn't really destroy it. It reveals its brilliance. So whenever sometimes you go in very dark moments in your life, just know that there are going to be light at the end of the other world, or at the end of the tunnel, how people say it. Do not just being there, being stuck, feeling like it's the end of the world. No, darling, it's not the end of the world. You need to get up. You need to have a growth mindset. Everything that's happening, it's happening for you, not to you. And challenges don't come to break you, they come to shape you so that you can elevate yourself. They come to teach you something that you're very much needed to know about, or even to learn. You don't know what you're going to be doing in the next 6 months, in the next 1 year, 5 years. So whatever you're going through now, it's more like for me, I always say, like a breadcrumbs for whatever is going to be on my table in the next 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 5 years. That's just how I choose to see it. I don't want to be stuck in a situation that I'm not even in control of it, but I'm in control of my reactions and how I respond to it. So I will talk about why challenges carry possibility. So, and I will give a biblical and modern world examples. So one, because challenge stretch your creativity. So, and when life boxes you in, your mind looks for new doors. So, and for example, when it comes to the biblical example, let's look for the widow in 2 Kings 4, chapter 4. Her challenge of debt, it made her turn into the miracle of multiplying oil. So when you look at the modern world, entrepreneurs like Steve Jobs, right, for instance, he was fired from Apple, but the setback kind of like pushed him to create Pixar, and that challenge prepared him later to come back and return to Apple and revolutionize it. So the other thing is challenge builds resilience. So struggle trains endurance. What seems heavy today might just become a strength tomorrow. And let's look at the story of Job. His suffering kind of like built a deeper faith, and he ended up, with double of what he lost. So in the modern world, let's look for people like athletes. So when they have an injury, when you've heard so many of them say often that hardship kind of like gave them a stronger discipline, the strength, the mindset, and the gratitude for the game. That is how you build resilience. Whatever you're going through, just see it as whatever struggle it is, whatever, it doesn't matter. It could be health, it could be finances. Just see it as a strength that's going to help you tomorrow. And the other challenge is the challenges redirect your path. And I resonate so much with this. And when I was going through my notes, I felt kind of like emotional, because I've really been in such spaces currently where sometimes you feel a rejection, but I want us to look at a way of what feels like a rejection is actually protection and redirection. That's the universe or God, whoever you believe in, is telling you, no, not that way, this way. This is how I want you to go. And sometimes we're just holding on to our plans, and we forget that sometimes God, the source energy, whatever you believe in, they've got better plans for us. So always look as a struggle or even rejection as actually a protection and redirection. Let's look on the biblical story of it. The story of Joseph. Joseph was sold into slavery and imprisoned, but the path positioned him to become Egypt's governor and save nations. You don't know the rejection where it's going to take you. You don't know what you're being prepared for. So when we look into the modern world, look for instance someone like Oprah. She was fired for her first TV job because she was unfit for it. They felt like she was unfit for it, but yet that rejection redirected her into the role that made her the queen of talk shows. So always look at challenges as a way, or even a rejection as a way of redirecting your path. You're being told, stop, pause, this is the direction that I want you to follow. It might not be easy, it might have lots of tears in it, but at the end of it, it's going to be worth it. So the other challenge, we're going to talk about challenges that reveal hidden strength. So until pressure hits, you don't know what you're capable of. And in the moments of pressure, when it's been really applied into our lives, when you've really been like taken into a dark corner, we feel like, that we can't move past this. But it's during those moments where you get to understand the person who you are, and your strengths and your weaknesses and what you're capable of. So in the biblical example of it, let's look at Esther. Her people threat forced her to rise with courage. She didn't even know she had that strength in her for such a time as that. So in the modern world, look at the Malala from Pakistan and her challenge for surviving an attack. She birthed a global movement for girls' education in her country. So sometimes the challenges that might always reveal your hidden strength. So always sit down with yourself. And that's why I kept on saying in our last episodes that we need self-awareness. We need to understand whatever is happening for a reason. It's not just coming here to break me. It's not coming to destroy me. There's something that's being prepared of me. And I want to say that challenges are not punishments. They are more like a platform. Let's start looking them at as platforms. So every trial carries a seed in you. It carries a seed of possibility, and your job is to water those seeds with faith, with perspective, and resilience. And once you do that, you can conquer anything, whatever roadblocks you're going to hit, you're going to conquer that. You're going to elevate your life. You're going to move from scarcity to abundance. And before I end, because now we are finalizing everything, I would want us to talk about journaling when it comes to this mindset growth. Like a growth mindset. We have to journal a lot. We have to push ourselves so that we can literally reframe our thoughts. So let me talk about 3 journaling reflections that you need to exercise that are more directly connected in 4 areas: in creativity, in resilience, in redirection, and hidden strength that we've talked about. So number 1, creativity stretch. It's about what's the door in the wall. So write down one current challenge that you're facing now. Ask yourself, if this challenge was forcing me to be creative, what new idea, what habits, or even solution could be born from it? So write more, list more like 3 possibility innovations, or even like fresh approaches, how to go about it that can emerge because of this situation. The other thing is resilience builder. which is your strength story. Reflect on a past difficult times that you overcame, or difficulty that you overcame. So at the time I felt like this. You have to describe how heavy it was, the emotions you were going through, the feelings, the thoughts that were coming in. Write them down. And then again, write, but today I see that it made me who emerged out of the difficulty that you overcame. Is it a stronger person, a wiser person, a disciplined person, a grateful person? Name it, because this is the strength, because these are the strengths that you carry, and you need to know them. You need to put them on a physical, on a time. You need to look at them somewhere. Or that's why I say journaling is very important, because you're going to be reminding yourself every time when you're flipping those pages of your journal. You're going to remind yourself how strong you were. When you feel stuck, just go back to your journal and go through your journaling prompts, and it might encourage you or even motivate you not to feel disappointed or feel like a failure. So just know that this is the strength that you carry in your current season. When you talk about your strength story, that is the strength that you have to carry with you. That's the story that you have to carry with you. So the other journaling and reflection exercise you need to do is the redirection and hidden strength. So it's all about finding the seed. Think of a time you were rejected, redirected, or even faced a closed door. What did you learn from that season? What strength or even skills did you discover about yourself? How did it change the path of your life for the better? And make it a habit of writing affirmations. Create affirmations through fighting your sets, through your strength. And I will end with sharing one affirmation that's close to me, that's a close heart, that's very dear to me. And it says, closed doors in my life are guiding me towards the higher possibilities. Repeat, reframe your thoughts, and always make it a habit of repeating your affirmations, so that your subconscious mind can always be on the goal of reprogramming that, and picking that and running away with that. And so, my darling, I think that's the end of our third episode, and I hope that through resilience, through also persistence and the will to learn, that you're going to change your life for the better. You're not going to stay stuck. You're not going to feel like a failure, but you're going to learn from your lessons. It's very important to also learn that whatever happens in life, it's just seasonal. It's only that it becomes more chaotic when we keep on going back and forth to it and pitting ourselves. But when we see it as something that's going to sharpen our strength, something that's going to sharpen, bring new, gonna take us to a new venture, it becomes easy. And with the help of understanding the power of a mindset, and I hope that you're going to succeed, achieve your success, dive into that business. And I think that was it for today. And I'm hoping that we're gonna see each other. Sorry about that. We're gonna see each other in our fourth episode. Yeah, I think this is the third episode. So we're gonna see each other on our fourth episode. And until next time, have a lovely week ahead. So ciao.